You're the best lover I ever had.
The reboot of the much-beloved That 70s Show is finally here, and we're loving it so far. The 90s show comes shrouded in layers of nostalgia. For instance, Deborah J. Rupp and Kurtwood Smith return to play their iconic roles, and with most of the original gang also making cameo appearances. You can easily lose yourself in the misty reminiscences of the original show, and its carefully constructed variation of the 70s. And the show itself sticks to the original's formula.
Stuff you said to Jackie? So mean and hurtful. I only wish I'd said it myself.
We see Eric and Donna return to the homestead in the first episode, along with their teenage daughter, Leia, to find his parents pretty much just as we left them back in the 70s. Grouchy Red still has a heart of gold, and also continues threatening anyone who annoys him by planting his foot in their rear. That is until he gets a brand new massage chair that transforms him into a whole new man, who still threatens to put his foot up the occasional behind. And then there's Kitty, eagerly fluttering around her empty nest, wishing to fill it again. That wish soon gets granted after Eric and Donna agree that Leia can stay in town for the rest of the summer. The new generation soon takes up residence in the ever-iconic basement, comprising of Jay Kelso, the feisty girl next door Gwen, as well as her dim-witted older brother, Nate, Nicky the overachiever, and Ozzy, whose only defining trait right now is the fact that he's gay. Let's hope Netflix gives him some personality in a potential second season.
I think I might be a one-woman guy.
You hear that, Jackie? Fez is a one-woman guy.
Yeah, surprising, but true.
The first thing that the new gang does is, of course, getting stoned on some old pot that they found hidden in the board games that Kitty brings down, leading to hilarity ensuing for them, if not for us. The new gang itself is no different than the original. The character traits are all still there, redistributed among the youngsters. Both Red and Kitty are constants, with Fez now the local celebrity hairdresser. The gang's adventures are pretty much the same. Fans of the original series may have their interest repeat. However, the spin-off will have to face challenges in a new marketplace, where success and failure are quickly measured, and even popular shows can easily get canceled for little to no reason.
Come on, Jackie, I know it'll cheer you up. Let's go down to the mall and make fun of all the people coming out of the big and tall store.
However, it's not just character traits that have been brought back in this spin-off, as there are also a lot of callbacks and Easter eggs to the original series hidden throughout the show. For example, Eric's Star Wars obsession. One of Eric Foreman's defining geeky traits is his almost religious dedication to all things related to the galaxy far, far away. His fandom seems to have followed him well into his adult life. Not only does he have a daughter named Leia, but he also teaches a college course on the religion of Star Wars. If the show continues into 1999, imagine how excited he'll be about seeing The Phantom Menace. Maybe if there's ever a That 2010 show, we'll also get to see his disappointment with the sequel trilogy. Just putting that idea out there. But it's not just Eric who's doing his usual business. We also get to hear Red's iconic lines. Red Foreman enjoys calling out anyone for doing or saying things, especially his son and his friends. His favorite phrases are threatening to put his foot in someone's rear, or just a simple and it looks like time hasn't changed Red all that much, as he frequently uses his iconic lines in the sequel. Even Eric repeats it at one point, carrying on the tradition. Making the old man proud brings a tear to my eyes. Speaking of tradition, even the show continues its iconic transitions. The original series used to transition between scenes using clips of the cast dancing in front of colorful backgrounds. Similarly here, they've done the same, though now with the new cast as well as era-appropriate dance moves. Just imagine if they do the same for a potential 2010 show. We'll probably get to see the new characters do Fortnite dances. Actually, now that I'm saying this out loud, maybe it's better that we don't get a third spinoff. Better quit when they're still ahead, I suppose. Getting back to the characters though, we also get to see Donna's old bedroom. As soon as we saw Gwen's room, we instantly recognized it. It used to be Donna's room in the original series, when her family used to live next to the Foremans. Looks like after her dad moved to Florida at the end of the original series, he made way for a new family to move in. However, that's not the only location to make a reappearance. We also get to see the iconic water tower. The new Point Place gang discovers one of their predecessors' favorite spots. By the end of the first episode, the water tower. The original crew often hung out here, drinking, graffitiing, and occasionally falling from the tower. If you look closely, you can even spot some of Kelso's old graffiti. Now that's some attention to detail. Just goes to show the amount of care and attention the creators have put into the series. Enough for them to bring back one of the most important characters from the original series. The Vista Cruiser makes its return. The foreman's car played a notable role throughout the original series. It was the backdrop for many scenes, and also where Eric and Donna would often sit and have their important conversations. We get to see the Vintage after it gets rolled out of storage for Leia to learn how to drive in. And of course, Eric and Donna also sit on its hood for a sweet throwback to the early days of their relationship. Another important part of the Foreman family's house that makes a comeback is the iconic basement. The basement once again becomes a hangout spot for the mismatched group of teenagers. Looking around, you'll notice that a few things also haven't changed ever since Eric and his friends used to hang out there in the 70s. You can even spot the infamous helmet during some scenes.
I mean, well, I do need a place to live. But you don't want me invading her. Well, we do watch the same shows.
Moving on, the show also continues one of its biggest mysteries. That is, of course, Fez's identity. One of the running gags in the original series was that the audience would never find out where Fez was from. We don't even know his real name or country of origin. Even his nickname, Fez, is just short for foreign exchange student. Anytime someone would mention anything about him, a random noise would prevent the viewer from hearing it. The joke continues on in the reboot, with the tea kettle whistling to obscure the answer, played as like a fiddle.
Fred, you need to go over there and apologize to Bob. He came in here all excited about his idea, and you just made him feel bad about himself.
Yeah.
Lastly, the spinoff also makes another callback to the original show. This time, however, it's using the camera itself. Yep, you guessed it, the circle is back, baby. Arguably, the signature camera trick that the 70s show would use is the circle. The camera would pan around the gang during their smoking sessions to imply the passing around of a joint, without ever actually showing it. After Leia and her new friends discover the stash accidentally left behind by the previous group, they start a new circle of their own. Even Fez randomly rejoins the circle at one point to get some advice from the new generation, which led to a quick montage of flashbacks from the original series. It also acts as great symbolism for the continuing cycle of teenagers coming of age in an era that the original featured. Here's to hoping we get to see some more callbacks in future seasons. If there are any, of course. My fingers are crossed though.
So I told her to get lost, and now she's in tears.
Well, what kind of crying is it?
But hey, that's all the time we had for today's video. Circle around to the like button if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.